with B-Bad and Brandon.
I should probably introduce us, shouldn't I?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. So welcome to the Platform Podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man.
No worries, man. And look, I don't want to butcher your last name, but your name's Runar.
Try it. Yeah, try the last name though.
All right. Geirmundsson.
Yeah, okay, that's not bad. I'd fuck with that.
So how do you?
It's Geirmundsson.
I fucking.
Geirmundsson.
I was nowhere near it, bro.
So E and I together is A.
Oh wow.
So for everyone,
Geirmundsson.
So everyone for listening, you're obviously in Iceland.
Yeah.
So
Reykjavik, Iceland. Yeah.
Before we get started into the core of it, mate, Johnny,
are you ready, Mr. Runar? We have a very important question. You are only going to have 21 words to answer it. This guy
21
counts the words, including sounds. They're counted. The question is, who you are and what do you do?
My name is Runar Geirmundsson. I am a powerlifter, professional photographer, musician, adventurist, fucking asshole.
You're at 13. 15. You got 6 more, bro.
That pretty much sums it up, man. I think so.
I think that was pretty much it. That was well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Right.
Is that a record?
Well, you didn't fall under the pressure, so that's a record in itself.
That's a record.
Sick. Sick.
Absolutely, bro. Man,
Awesome.
growing up in Iceland, what's that like, bro?
Fuck. Strange. I grew up in western part of Iceland, a town called Grundarfjörður.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Is that a small town?
Yeah, it's like 800 people that live there. So I lived there for 20 years. Kind of lived in a prison because my family ran it. My family ran a prison for about 40 years.
You kind of lived in a prison.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's in the countryside. So it's like 10 kilometers away from the town.
Yep.
So, and my grandfather was a warden there, and then my dad. So if you're going to be a warden there, you have to live there on the property. Yeah. So, yeah, I lived there, and there's like, people say like, oh, maybe there's not a lot of criminals and crime there. It's like you had everything, the murderers, the drug kingpins and the rapists and everything. I grew up around them, spent Christmases and holidays with them.
Oh, shit. Wow. Like,
so,
how close contact would you come to them, like being that you live there?
How close?
Yeah.
As just like me with my family here, with my wife.
Wow.
Because in Iceland, you don't have prisons with the bars.
Okay.
You don't have bars and you don't have the shutting doors and the wardens with the fucking keys and shit. You just have regular doors, regular rooms.
Yep.
And they lock them if they want to. There's like a curfew. There's a curfew, but there's like set rules. And this prison was an ideology of my grandfather and my dad that you had a certain amount of freedom.
Yep.
But if you fuck it up, there's no strike 1, 2, or 3. You're just gone.
Yep.
So it actually worked because if you're in a full-on prison, then you go out, then you have no sense of communication or society or anything. So you go from a 0 to 100, but that's like gets you like acclimated to go out.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So as close contact as possible. Yeah, just like best friends. Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of my best friends today I met in prison. Yeah.
On the other, and they were on the other side.
They were on the other side. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
And I started powerlifting there. So.
Really?
Yeah. My first coach was a convicted murderer.
Oh shit!
Holy shit! So you in the prison with the boys that were living there?
Yeah.
Essentially, and then the first coach gave you your taste at powerlifting.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was 16 when I started competing in powerlifting. Yeah.
What was the gym like, man, over there in the prison?
Very good because my dad's a lifter. My dad, he benched 198.5 raw back in '92 or something. He was training with John Paul Sigmarsson and those legends.
What?
And so he made sure the gym was amazing. And my brother's a really, really strong guy, and he was a prison officer as well there. So I think he squatted like 380 there. So it was a hardcore. It was like West Side Barbell Gym, kind of like that.
That's awesome.
So So
and that was a bit of a thing then as well, bro, or all raw stuff.
That was all raw stuff.
Yeah.
And I was the typical. I was fed these things like all this equipment stuff is fucking gay and shit, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking super gay, man. Fuck that. And then I evolved into that, of course, after like what was it, like 3 years or so.
Yep.
I saw this whole new game of powerlifting. It is a whole new sport. Like raw and equipped is two different sports.
Yeah.
And I liked it for what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I don't like it anymore, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's sick. And with your equip stuff, from what I know, you did some pretty cool comps as well too, right?
Yeah. I don't know why, but equipped wise, I'm pretty technical and pretty good. So as an equipped powerlifter, I'm very good.
Yep.
As a raw powerlifter, I'm okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I did. I traveled everywhere, man. I won everything equipped. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
I can't. Yeah, I went to Las Vegas, and I actually have it over here. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go.
Oh,
so in 2016, I got third place.
Oh, IPL Worlds.
Yeah, and then 2017, I fucking finally won it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was your numbers, bro?
I was in the 75 kilogram class. I benched 200 kilograms. I squatted 280. I blew the 300.
Ooh.
And I actually took off my suit, and because I'm not good at deadlifting sumo in a suit.
Yep.
So I took that off and I deadlifted 240, but of course that needs to be higher to the squat, but it's always like that either way.
Yeah, enough for God.
Yeah, true. And and then I did equipped in the minus 67 kilogram class for like 6 years.
As well. Damn.
Yeah.
You're looking a little bit bigger than 75 now, though.
Yeah, I'm about 93, 4.
Yes. Let's get you back in that suit then.
Yeah, why not? Why not? No, I want to get those numbers just raw now.
Yeah. That's
just why not? Why not?
So you would have obviously with that powerlifting, you would have trained at some pretty cool some gyms on your journey after finishing up there in the prison, yeah?
Yeah, I moved to Reykjavik because of music when I was let's say 19, 20.
Yep.
And to try and make it as a rock star with my band, like who doesn't? Everyone tries. And then I started training in Jakobol, where Magnus Ver Magnussen, the gym that he owns. I trained there for 5 years, and I coached there for 4 as well.
Wow. What was training there like? That would have been incredible.
Yeah, so like it was in a basement, no windows or anything.
Yeah.
So as soon as you open up the door, you had the smell of Jakobol, you know?
Yeah.
It was kind of this West Side Barbell kind of feel to it. Like not everyone was friends.
Yep.
And you would have blow-ups between a lot of guys.
Yep.
All the time, and it's in like an Icelandic ghetto. And like for real, like it's called the ghetto, and it really is. And you'd have strange things going around there, and people coming in and stuff.
Yeah.
But I liked it for what it was. It was really, really raw. Magnusware has a lot of equipment that he has built himself or has had someone else build for him.
Yep.
So, and a lot of history, of course, but it was really, really, really raw. And yeah, I like training there. I really like training there. So I trained with everyone there.
Yeah, wow. And opportunity to coach out of there as well must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was the first time I started coaching. Like, you know how it is. Like, at some point, you're like, I think I'm ready to start coaching, but why me? And why, like, should I sell this? And like, why can't I sell this? Like, am I allowed to sell this? Why me? Why, you know, like, do I know enough and shit like that? You're just kind of getting into it. And so I started out cheap, of course, and haven't stopped since. It's pretty fun, as you know yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How did I'm pretty interested in the music side of stuff, because I have seen some of your videos. You're doing a little bit of singing and stuff with a mutual friend of ours in their band. You had a bit of a bash around with them once or twice.
Yeah, man. Kevin boy.
Yeah. So where tell us about your band, bro? Is it still kicking around or?
No, it's not. It's pretty funny. It's just, so where I live, it's on the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. There's like, if you Google Iceland, you'll see like this pointy mountain and like sunsets and everything. That's my hometown. It's like the most photographed place in Iceland. And in that peninsula, you'll have like 3 towns like within 20 minutes of each other.
Yep.
So you'll know everyone. And like, there were 6 guys from a town next to me that were in soccer with me and in school with me and stuff like that. They started out this band. I was in another band that kind of evolved into one band, and we moved to Reykjavik. And it was kind of this metalcore kind of thing. Like, I'd do the screaming, and then my other friend would do the clean vocals and stuff.
Yep.
People would love the clean vocals, and people would hate the screaming and shit like that. You know, like always. And it was like, of course it's metal, but it's kind of mellow. And we won the Battle of the Bands, back in Battle of the Bands. And we played in Belgium, and, you know, we toured all over Canada and UK and stuff like that. But it was never really the music I fully wanted to.
Yep.
But in Iceland, you can pick or choose, and it was all my best friends. Like, it was the best time ever. Like, you travel the world with your friends, but that chapter is done, and I somehow got to know Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really understand still how the fuck I got to know him, because it was actually in Las Vegas when I got the 3rd place.
Yep.
I had a message from Kevin, and he said, like, good luck today. I've been following you and da-da-da-da. And I was, of course, following him. And I was like, what the fuck, man? This is a bass player for the Irish Murder. And, like, he's actually saying good luck to me. I was like, fuck, man, this is the coolest shit ever. And we haven't stopped talking since. Like, it's strange to say, even though he lives in Australia, we've met, like, 6-7 times. He's one of my best friends, which is strange to say. And like, the aspect of him being in my favorite band is, like, kind of out of my brain now. It's just Kevin, my friend.
It's one of the boys.
That's one of the boys, yeah.
He said hello, by the way. I just finished a deadlift session with him.
Sick, man. Sick, man. Yeah, he texted me as well. He said, tell me how it goes.
Yeah,
and,
that's such a Kevy B thing. He's just like the most humble dude. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm a fucking rock star as well.
Yeah, but like, he would never say that even. He would never say that. And like, when he was training here, when he was training at Thor's, and he was staying with me for like, half a month last summer.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that was talking to him, he just said, like, yeah, I travel a lot for work. And I was like, this motherfucker, man, you're man. Like, you're actually as far as you could go in the metal world that everyone wants to go. Like, everyone wants to do what he's doing. Every kid. And he's like, yeah, I travel a lot for work. You're like, fuck, man.
Bro, he's too like, he doesn't even want to come on the podcast. That's why he's getting you on.
Of course not. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it, man. He doesn't want to be in the limelight, man.
So you're coaching and working out of Thor's gym now?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm the only coach there, and I've been since they opened up 3 years ago.
How'd you get into that? How did you meet Thor?
Wow, I met Thor. I've known Thor for 12 years.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've known him since his first workout.
Oh, really?
Since his first workout.
Yeah, when I lived in so Kevin says Grundy. It's easier for you to pronounce that and remember that. My hometown, Grundy. Okay, let's stick to that. So I was there. I lived there, of course. I was in school and working. And my brother lived in Reykjavik at that point. And he was training with Benedict Magnusson, Stefan Solvi, and all those guys, and a lot of other Icelandic legends that you might not know, but like they're fucking legends.
I want to jump in there for those guys listening to the podcast. Like those names you just rattled off are like strongman legends. Like
for sure. Yeah,
go fucking Google them and you'll see some crazy shit.
Yeah, for sure. And so I would go every Saturday. So I was in school on Friday. I would go every Saturday to Reykjavik. It's like 2.5 hour drive one way, and then come home on the Sunday. And I would drive at like 7 a.m. And when you're like 17, you don't want to wake up on a Saturday at 7 a.m. That's for sure. But I always did, and I went straight into. We had waffles every Saturday. Had a guy that always baked us waffles. And then we went together to Keflavik, where the airport is. That's like 40 minutes out of Reykjavik.
Yep.
And we trained at there's an old U.S. Army base there that's vacant. And we had a cold storage facility with no water or anything. There we trained there with Benedict and Stefan and my brother and everyone. And one time when I came into Waffles, they were like, Stefan was like, there's this new guy. He's fucking huge. He's a basketball player. He's going to be the fucking strongest man in the entire fucking world.
Yep.
I was like, okay, sick. That's amazing. And my brother's like, yeah, I've seen him. Like, he's massive. And then he came in and I was like, yeah, that's a big dude, man. And he started training.
He wouldn't have been as big as he is now, though, either.
No, he would have been about 100 kilograms.
Holy
Just like double that now.
Yeah, more. Yeah, he's a 205 now.
Jeez.
And
that's insane.
And he's been exploding since then, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the best thing is like Benedict Magnusson, like he was teaching me how to squat, and he treated me then 17 squatting 120, 30 kilograms, and treated me the same as some other guy, elite 400 plus kilogram squatter. Giving him tips. He treats you the same way. Everyone is treated the same way.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy time. That was a crazy time training there. I would go every weekend and try and learn as much as I could.
Jeez, you would have got cold in winter in there.
Fucking cold. You could always see your breath. You know. And you would just get warm. You just have your gloves on and your hat and coat and just start warming up. And then They made the first 205 kilogram Atlas stone there, and my brother Stefan Solvi, this guy called Boris, and one other guy became the first guys in history to do it.
Really? All on the same day?
Yeah, all on the same day. Like that was a crazy, fucking screaming at each other and like cussing at each other. Crazy, man. There's videos on YouTube somewhere of that. Crazy times, man. Crazy.
Wow. It's like, that sounds like a fucking like strongman Icelandic West Side.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but better. Yeah. And that's where all those legends were born. And of course, Thor hasn't stopped since.
Yeah. Did you dabble a bit with the strongman stuff when you were there as well?
No, man. I was 55 kilograms. Couldn't lift anything. So I was just admiring and watching and learning.
Yep.
And that's why I think sorry?
You would have learned a lot from those guys.
Yeah, that's why I think I would say I'm very technical. I'm a technical lifter.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I'm very because I've always been the smallest. And when you're the smallest, you have to learn better. You have to watch and learn. I think that's why I'm technical, because the other guys are gifted with being natural freaks.
Yep.
And by being this is amazing story. Do you know Stefan Solvi? You know Stefan Solvi, right? Stefan Solvi Peterson.
Yeah.
He's a scary dude, man. And he's not for everyone. If I would say, like, you want to do this podcast in Australia? No. Okay. And he started out training with Benedict Magnusson when he was a kid. So when he was 15, he was like 120 or 30 kilograms, not fat or anything. And he was always training with Benny, and he was telling me the story that they were doing 8 sets of 2, like this basic powerlifting, old basic powerlifting and stuff, like 320 kilograms, and he's like 15 or 16 in deadlift. And he did 1 set, and then Benny came and he did 16 reps, and he said, "Well, I'm done. Good luck." And he just left. And then he started coaching Stefan, because we all need money when we're starting out in this shit. He started coaching, and he said, like, he had this business guy. He came in and he was like, "I'm gonna make him squat."
Yeah.
And he didn't know better. He made him like warm up and stuff like that, and he put 160 kilograms on it. And he just said, like, "Yeah, squat that." And then he like buckled under it like a fucking harmonica, man. It just crumbled under it. And he said, and he like said to the guys around him, like, "What the fuck, man? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, that's 160 kilograms. He must be sick or something. Like, why can't he squat that?" And then, like, he said, like, after a few years, I understood that 160 kilograms is not something that everyone does, and just like absolutely no one when they start out. And he's just like, I started out lifting with Benedict, and I thought everyone could just start at 160 and then work his way up. And he's like, "That dude's sick or something. Like, why did he crumble under that?" It's like a lot of weight, man. Like, as a coach, that, you know, like, no one walks in and squats 160.
First warm up set 160.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man?"
I would be fucking folded like a deck chair if I did that.
It's amazing. So I grew up around all these.
You grew up around savages, man.
Man. It's cool.
So from, going, you started training with Thor, and then when he opened up his gym, he offered you a position?
Yeah, so I was talking to Stefan Solvi. I had this idea of buying Yakable.
Yeah, wow.
I had these ideas. I had no money, but no one has any fucking money, and they're just taking loans for everything. And I was just thinking about getting investors and shit, and taking it to another place, and because it has a good name, it's a legendary name. And I was always talking to Magnus, like, "Give me a price, give me a price, give me a price." And then I said to Stefan Solvi, "I'm thinking I'm gonna try and buy this gym." And he's like, "Don't do it." I was like, "Why?" "Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Wait a few weeks." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Stop fucking asking me. Just do it." And I was like, "Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll trust you." And then he said, like, they're opening up a gym. They started opening it up, and Stefan said, like, "Of course, you're one of the crew. You should come over." I said, "Yeah, I want to come over, but there's only one thing. I need a coach. Like, that's my job now." And he talked to Thor, and he said, "Yeah, of course." And there was no hassle or anything, and I've been a coach there since.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah.
That's unreal. And sort of.
And I coach. What have you been
doing?
Powerlifting doesn't pay the bills. It's the average Joes.
Yep.
And I thoroughly enjoy coaching regular people getting better. I think that's amazing. So I coach all the musicians, the rappers, the actors, the names here in Iceland.
Yep.
The comedians and rappers, musicians, and some of them dabble with powerlifting. And I have a few like very, very strong guys that do powerlifting, but usually it's just regular people that want to be in shape or get better.
Yes, sweet. And that's super rewarding, being able to see that incredible progress you can get with those.
Yeah, I couldn't pick or choose, like seeing someone on the platform that you coach or seeing someone just feeling better and just like seeing the light of, oh my God, like lifting makes me so much better and makes me feel so much better. Like, this is the shit. I honestly think I like that better.
Yeah.
Just the average Joe getting better. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's super rewarding. And now, obviously being around Thor's gym now, you'd be seeing a lot of his training and stuff like that. Been able to jump in with a couple of sessions here and there, I imagine, as well.
A little bit more than that. I've had to train every single session that he has done for the last half a year. I've done every one of them.
Wow. What's that like?
It's well, when he was training for the Arnolds, that was killing me, man.
Yeah. And were you doing the same stuff he was doing?
Same stuff that he was doing. Yeah. And all like we're doing, like, my least favorite thing now that I've grown to know that I don't like is the yoke push.
Oh, fuck.
And it's set for him, so he's pushing like this. Yeah. I will be pushing like this.
Fuck.
So I'm toppling the fucking thing, and I'm like, the friction is all on the front legs, and he's just smooth sailing. And he would have like this one training session, he'll be like, push as far as you can for 1 minute, and I was like, oh fuck, that's gonna suck. And he goes on to like close to 400 kilograms, and he like gets destroyed, and I'm like, fuck, man, okay, my turn. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, how much should I put on it? He's like, how much? Do that, man. I was like, like, what do you mean? Like, you're the strongest man in the world. And he's like, well, you're the weakest man in the world? Or like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, fuck you, man. But fuck you, I'll do it then. And I did it, and I absolutely got annihilated. Absolutely. But I finished it. Of course, didn't push as far as him. But and then it's like, another set. So everything was like this. And I was getting destroyed, and I was puking and stuff. And when that's done, your legs, I haven't felt this before, like, your legs simply don't work. They don't work. Like, you stand up and you can't walk or anything. It's like, they don't work. And he's like, oh, it's superset leg extension and curls upstairs. I was like, oh, I need a breather. He's like, no, you don't need a breather. You need to film this. Come up. I'm like, I'm filming it, like, and then I'm putting it down, and then I'm going in and like puking, and he's running after me like, are you puking? Come on, it's your set. And you're like, fuck. And you're just doing it. And I'm kind of psychotic. I would much rather just pass out instead of him calling me out being a bitch or something. Like, so I'll just do anything. So after he finished the Arnolds, I was like, yeah, fuck, great, now we can breathe a little bit. So then it changed into just static strength. Because of the 501
deadlift.
And I probably know the deadlifts and static, of course, just bench and squats. So I've become very strong in that. And Sebastian Orep, he's coaching me as well.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I'm riding the wave, really. I know I'm just picking up leftovers and scraps from him, but who fucking cares? I'm learning so much, and I'm gathering knowledge, and I'm traveling there. I'm traveling everywhere with him. I'm meeting everyone. And I'm just trying to soak it all up, just being humble and learn as much as I can, because I know in 10, 15, 20 years, I'll be looking back and be like, fuck, man, like, that was absolute history. Like, this is amazing.
100%. So you got you got to deadlift. You had a crack at something too, didn't you? You're on one of those sessions. You went for a PB or something, if I remember.
Yeah, I've done PBs everywhere, man. My deadlift PB is raw 250. It's always been my weakest. So I did 250 like 5 reps, and I did 255 5 reps and shit like that. So it's been working out very good. But I haven't maxed out, like 1 rep maxed out and anything. My raw bench is 170. But I've done 165 for 5 and. The squats are. I feel like I can squat 300 raw this summer. And it's like everything's been going so good, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, his diet is called the vertical diet. I honestly think it's helping me like a lot.
Yeah, right.
I do. It's the first time I feel like some kind of nutrition is benefiting me strength wise.
Yeah.
First time. Yeah.
How long have you been following that for?
Of course, like I have twins and I have a wife. I work so much. So I can't always be on point. Like I'd be lying if I'd say like I've been on the vertical for 6 months, but like I have the vertical as the base for my stuff always.
Yep.
So I've been doing that since we started training, and I would say I have that's the base. It's a chicken stock, rice, and then just beef. If it's the best way of doing it is having a ribeye burger. It's easily digestible. And it tastes fucking amazing. And it's if you're always eating steak, it becomes tiring.
Yeah.
But it really does work, and you feel like 30-40 minutes afterwards, like you're ready to train without feeling bloated or anything.
So, like for those that don't know, like obviously listening, the vertical diet was created by Stan Efferdine, based around easily digestible foods. Like it's something I had to have a crack of just because of like other medical health reasons, and it's so good.
Okay.
It
is, yeah.
And then like 40 minutes later, you almost feel like you could eat again because you don't feel heavy, you don't feel sluggish.
Yeah, and like during training, it almost works out as a pre-workout. Really,
you just got so much energy.
Yeah, and Stan Efferding is a brainiac, man.
He's a smart dude.
Yeah, he came to the old Thor's, and had a seminar there, and of course we met him in Ohio the other day, and like he takes care of you. Like he'll come into the room. I'm working, Thor's chilling. He'll come into the room and check out the fridge, see what's needed there, and he'll bring like a rice cooker, and he'll be like, Thor, you need a little bit much more of this. Like, do you need a little bit more of this? And Thor's like, yeah, okay, I'll head to the store. He goes to the store and he buys the stuff for his athlete, and he brings in what's necessary to cook it, and he stores it, and it checks out. Like he takes care of you, man.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy to see. Like he's not fucking around. Like if you're his athlete, he takes care of you. He travels to where you are, and he buys your food, he preps it, and he makes sure that everything is on point.
Fuck, that's unreal. Yeah. So through those training sessions, you were doing all the videography and photography for the for Thor's YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into photography, bro?
I always liked photography ever since I was a kid. Like always when you were buying the new phones, you're like, oh, the camera on this has this and that, when the phones were getting better. Then I decided I wanted a camera. I had no money, never had any fucking money. So I took this basic Canon just on deposits, like 12 months deposit. Absolutely loved that. Got some secondhand film. That was like 6 years ago, and just taught myself how to develop film in my parents' windowless bathroom.
Wow. So all self-taught, bro.
Yeah, everything's self-taught. Yeah, and I'm pretty much of a loner. I like photography because it's a very solitary sport.
Yep.
So I've probably had to learn for a longer period of time because I'm always teaching myself.
Yep.
And it's been going very well. And like he knew I was working as a photographer. He's like, yo, my videographer needs to go do this and that, like overseas. Could you do it for me? I'm like, yeah, probably. Like I'm not really into video, but yeah, it's easy. Yeah, I can do it. And since then, we haven't stopped because I think he knows me so well. I think he can be his own self. Like he can be his true self with me on camera. And I know the sport so well. So I ask him questions deliberately so knowledge gets into the video. I think that's why it works, because I know what to ask. He can treat me and talk to me just like off camera. Yeah, I think that's why it's working so well. So yeah, we haven't stopped since, and we're not stopping because this boxing fight is in 16 months. So
that's crazy, eh?
Yeah, and that's real. People think the beef isn't real. It's real.
It's real.
It is real.
Does that mean you're gonna have to start boxing now too?
I'm hoping it doesn't, but
fuck, mate, I'd be more worried about holding those pads for him.
yeah, it's like one of our friends was the first professional boxer in Iceland, and he's coaching him now, and he's a 140 kilogram dude.
Shit.
And he's been like holding the mitts for him, and he's like teaching him how to like step in front with a jab.
Yeah.
And he's like, that is the biggest fucking bullshit I've ever felt in my entire life. Like, that's gonna take a person's head off.
Fuck.
Like, and that dude is a guy that benches like 220 and deadlifts like 310, and like he's like, that's the biggest power I've ever felt in my entire life.
Fuck. And you said the beef is real. There's a bit of history with two boys as well.
Yeah, the beef is over 3 years old, and it's fucking real, man.
Fuck. So there's going to be some behind this thing.
Yeah, it's going to be real, man. I hate that cunt, so.
Fucking yes.
And I know it's going to be, like, when we go to Las Vegas, there's going to be a lot of drunk British people, and I think you're going to have to watch your back for the whole fucking time, I think.
Particularly when you guys are walking away with the win as well.
Yeah, and Hafthor isn't a boxer by any means, but he is the most athletic person I've ever met, and in 16 months, he is going to be a boxer. I know that.
Yeah.
Is he going to drop a bit of weight for that?
Yeah, I think he's going to drop like 30, 35 Ks, yeah.
Fuck, that's still
a big dude, though.
That's going to be a dude with a six-pack weighing 170, 75. Like.
And you think, like I don't know much about boxing, but he's a lot taller than Eddie. He's got the reach on Eddie for sure. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but Eddie's a better fighter. Eddie knows how to box, and he's been fighting, so he has the upper hand on that. But Thor is bigger, stronger, more athletic, and yeah.
That's unreal, bro. And now, man, I know you like to do a bit of adventuring, you said as well, man. It must be incredible
for sure.
over there in Iceland. What sort of – I've seen some kayaking you've done before. What else do you like to get up to over there?
I don't know, everything, man. I like to push it. I used to hunt a lot. I have a lot of guns. I'm not ashamed to admit I can't kill anything anymore.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. I can't kill anything. I can't kill an animal anymore.
Yep.
So I haven't shot a gun or killed anything in over 4 years now. Yep. And I see no fucking point in killing anything unless I'm going to eat it.
Yep.
I don't know. It was kind of an epiphany. So like, I'm a terrible hunter now. So, but I love kayaking. I love taking the kayak out. Still waiting to see a killer whale and an orca like popping up.
That'd be pretty
because I think I'll be scared as fuck, but like it'll be amazing because there's so many of them back where I lived.
Oh wow.
And so I like kayaking. I have a little 4x4. I like taking that everywhere.
Yep.
And I helicopter rides and fucking everything, man. Snowboarding and
And you've got a new addition there with a bus too.
Yeah, man, the bus.
You have a bus?
I bought a bus, an 8-meter long bus.
That's sick.
A 1987 Mercedes-Benz. Used to be a transportation bus, and now it's a fully fitted camper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I spend all my extra time there these days. Like, it's fully decked out, but I want it to be, like, super fucking nice. I want you to, like, see a bus, and you're like, oh, it's a bus. And you come inside and be like, fuck, this is cool.
This is a bus.
So I'm laying hardwood floors down on everything, new kitchen and stuff like that, making a room. And, I just want it to be cool. I really love adventurous stuff, like buying stuff that people wouldn't buy, decking it out myself, like, and I like buying and selling stuff for profit, so I'm gonna sell that because I bought a land as well.
Oh wow!
And, so
out of town.
Yeah. So have you heard about the Golden Circle in Iceland?
Only from Kev.
If you drive the Golden Circle, you'll it's like 30 minutes out of Reykjavik. You'll drive inland in Iceland, and you'll see like an old crater from a volcano. Then you drive a little bit further, you'll see the biggest waterfall you've ever see in your entire life.
Wow.
And then you'll see these geysers, like these exploding geysers, like geothermal geysers. And that's like they call it the Golden Circle, because you can check out all these spots and then come back.
Wow.
And so I bought land pretty much just there.
Huh.
And I've always wanted it, and I've been saving up. And as I said, like I'm kind of I like business.
Yep.
I like investing and reading up on things. And like I did this thing where people were like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" I signed up to wait for a Rolex.
Yeah.
I reached out and talked to so many people and read so many things for months, and I was like, okay, I want this watch. And this guy like, yeah, you paid me like $2,000 deposit, and then you wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, okay, no worries. And I just saved up some money on the side as well. So I bought it for $10,000.
Yeah.
And I just saved it. I wore it a bit because I've always wanted one, but I was like, it's just a fucking clock. I don't care. So I just saved it for a good opportunity. So then I bought this huge land, 1.2 hectares.
Wow.
So what, 12,000 square meter.
Yeah.
And I put the Rolex plus like $2,000 up for like a 40 or 50 grand plot.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is why I did it. And like my parents and my family were like, okay, touche,
yeah.
very good move. Yeah, everyone's like, don't you like miss it? I was like, no, it's a fucking clock, man. Like I would much rather have a piece of land. So
yeah,
I'm just doing it as I go. I don't want to take loans for anything.
Yep.
So I own the land and I own the bus. I'm gonna put the bus on the land.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stay in the bus while I build the house.
Yep.
However, like if it takes 2, 3, 4 years, I don't know. Just when I have the extra cash, I'm gonna do something. When I have the extra cash, I'm gonna do something. So like, I'm gonna build a house there and hopefully rent it out and then stay in it as well. And then who knows? I could live there. It's 40 minutes out of Reykjavik. People drive further for work anywhere else. So that's probably the most adventurous stuff I've done in these recent years is buying the land and an 8-meter bus. So like, call me crazy, but I don't know.
You got to name the bus?
It's called Sweetie.
Sweetie.
From the guy that owned it.
Yeah.
And I can't really, everyone's like, you should put your nickname on it. But like, he owned it. He was only the second owner and he's owned it for 15 years. Yep. And he's took so good care of it. He was a mechanic. So everything in it works. It doesn't matter if it's one switch or one light, everything fucking works in it. Yep. And he was so sweet and his family were so sweet and everyone was so lovely. I was like, I can't discredit this bus by putting some other name on it. I'm just going to keep on the legacy. So it's still called the Sweetie and I'll never change it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, man, I was curious to ask you about the, because I saw Kevy do it when he was over there, but I've heard a little bit about the stones that are around Iceland.
Yeah, man.
That you can go around and pick up, but they've got like incredible history. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, man. Actually, Kevin has a book that I sent him a book that you can look at.
Sweet.
It has all the natural stones in Iceland, and they're everywhere. Like where I'm from, so 20, 30 minutes out of my hometown are these 4 stones that not a long time ago, like let's say 60, 70, 80 years ago, you would have sailors that if they applied for a job on a certain boat, you would go and try out those stones. And depending on what stone you lifted and what the crew lifted, that marked your salary.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Those stones are in Dritvik.
Yep.
And they are 20 kilograms, 50 kilograms, 50 something.
Yep.
102 and then 155 or 6.
Wow.
They're called a weakling. Half strong, full strong, and then the first one I can't remember. It's just like Actually, my dad told me that someone put him there. There's supposed to be just 3, I think.
Yep.
So weakling, half strong, and full strong.
Yep.
The full strong is called amlode as well.
Yep.
Lode is weight. So I've done all of them, but the heaviest one. I haven't tried it in a few years, but my brother's done it, my dad's done it, and my grandfather's done it, and my great grandfather's done all of them. And actually, I think my brother tried and pressed it, and I took it pretty far. Yeah, I took it pretty far. My dad's done it about 70 times.
Yep.
And I still have to go and try that again because I've already done the Husafell. I've done the Husafell stone, which is 186.
Wow.
Just picked it up, but like, not to save my family could I have walked any sort of distance with it.
Yep.
And but it's strange though, like the Husafell stone, it's on grass.
Yep.
And it's like shaped like a kind of a shield. You've seen it on the Arnolds.
Yeah.
But the heaviest stone in Drittvik is just oval.
Oh.
And it's in the gravel, and it's just when you're small, like some of the guys pick it up like this.
Yeah.
I have to pick it up like this, and you're not strong like this, you know.
No.
So it even though it's like 30 kilograms lighter, I think it's tougher because I haven't done that. And there's stones all over Iceland. There's like stones that are like really, really tall like this that you pick up like that. It's like 280 kilograms. And on Netflix, there are Stefan Solvi, my friend, he's on Netflix lifting all these stones. And you can see that. I can't remember what it's called, like Stoneland or something like that.
Stoneland or Stronglands, I think.
Yeah. So you can go and check that out. So my childhood friend is the one that does all of them. And there's stones everywhere, man.
So you can and then my holiday and just go and do stones for a few weeks and travel.
For sure, man, for sure. And it's all in fucking beautiful sceneries down at the ocean and everything. And it's just Icelandic people like lifting stones. If you go home to my parents, there are 4 stones in the garden, and like if you want to try them, you pick them up, you know, like. And there's like stones in the background, and you go and try and lift them up.
That's how you get inside the house. You're not allowed in until you pick one up.
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Damn. And you said your brother was a bit of a competitor as well, bro? Yeah,
he's the best Highland Games competitor to come out of Iceland ever.
Wow.
And he's been competing at the Worlds that are just the top 10 in the world, and he's competed there 5-6 times. So he's the top 10, top 7, 8, normally, always. And he started out in powerlifting.
Yep.
And I think he's done a 275 kilogram bench, 380 squat, and a 350 deadlift. Yeah.
What do they feed you over there?
Yeah. What do you eat?
And he's like this taller than me.
Jesus.
Damn.
And then he was competing in strongman as well. I think he got second best in Iceland's strongest man once, and but he was always because he was a track and field guy. Yeah. And when he was a kid, so shot put and discus and everything like that, he's very good at.
Yep.
So, but now he's just a lazy fucking drunk that doesn't train. And, but it pisses me off because he drinks every day. He eats fucking shit every day. Doesn't eat anything, like once or twice a day. He trains maybe, I'm not even kidding, trains maybe once every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. Just
to get the feel.
Yeah.
And then he's been doing that for 6 years. And we held that competition, Thor's Power Challenge, deadlift and log. And he's I'll join. And he trained for a month, and he deadlifted 350 and logged 175.
Fuck.
It was like you fucking dickhead, man. If I had those genes, I'd be lifting in Hollywood, man, because I got the work ethic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Stefan Sylvie always says, if there is no one allowed to train in the entire world, hey Sid, my brother is the strongest human to ever walk this planet. Like he doesn't need to train. He's just strong. He's just strong always.
Just strong. That's unreal, bro.
Yeah.
That's huge. So, man, you must have, obviously, you're going to have a big 16 months or whatever it's sort of coming your way, bro. Anything else coming up other than getting some?
Actually, yeah. Actually, this is no. Actually, I would fuck with that. I did MMA for years, man. I did jiu-jitsu and stand up for years. So boxing would be pretty fun. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But actually, yesterday, do you know? Now we probably don't know him. Is this guy called Hjalti Ursus? He used to compete with Magnus. He used to compete with Magnus and John Paul Simerson, and he was a powerlifting European champion. He holds all the Iceland's Strongest Man competitions.
Cool.
And I called him up yesterday and signed up for the minus 90 kilogram one.
Oh, yes.
In 5 weeks.
Sweet.
That's dope.
Fuck it, man. Yeah, I've never done it. Sorry?
You know the event?
Kind of. There's some loading. There's a conventional deadlift to my fucking
sumo.
So I have to switch to conventional for 5 weeks, and it's gonna go dreadfully. I know that, but there's dumbbell.
Oh yeah.
I'm very good at that. A log, I think I'm pretty decent at it. I haven't really trained it. Some loading events and stuff, like I'm not gonna stress it. I'm just gonna train like a fucking maniac for 5 weeks now.
Yep. Sweet.
And it's different from powerlifting, because if I were to compete in powerlifting now, I'm held up to a standard.
Yep.
So like I can't to me I can't fuck around.
Yep.
I would have to deliver. But this, I'm going into it for the first time ever competing, having some fun.
That's gonna be unreal, bro.
Yeah, why not, man? I've never competed in it. I've of course, never fucking trained it, but let's try it, man. I don't know.
Been around it enough.
Why not?
Should be able to work it out.
Yeah. Yeah, why not, man? Let's try it.
I've got one question before we jump into that. Before we go to the next thing is, do you reckon Thor could have pulled more than 501?
100%. Everyone that knows anything about lifting saw and knows that he could have done more. But in my opinion, he couldn't have done more in a fourth attempt.
No.
I don't think there are limits to how far you can push a person. Yeah. And going above 500 twice in 15 minutes, I think it's too much. So if he could do another competition in 3 months, he would do 5:15 at least. Yeah, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, that's
100%. Because like it was almost a legal powerlifting lift. Like he put his knees under just a little bit. You've seen that in powerlifting. You'd be like, maybe that's a given or not. But like he still has all the grind and the hitch and everything you can do with strongman. He still has that in him. Like,
yeah, exactly right.
That's fucking. Yeah. It looked like a fucking second attempt.
That would have been.
Yeah, and everyone said like he's done it in training, like, but everyone that knows anything about training, that would make no fucking sense. Like to max out somewhere like close to maxing out again, like that would fuck everything up. He was just so strong and everything was going so good that everyone knew that he was doing it. Like, and he wouldn't say anything publicly unless he would back it up. He would never do that. Yeah. So we all knew.
Fuck yeah, that would have been an intense environment being in that room. Right.
It was strange, man. We're 15 people. 15 people there.
Yeah.
It was surreal. And like after he did it, like his wife Kelsey, she started crying. He teared up, and I was on the camera like, "Fuck, man!" Like, I need to concentrate. Like I'm gonna start crying if I like. It was history, man. It was unlike anything else, man.
That's fucking cool, bro. Now, man, we have 10 questions for you.
Yeah, go for it, man.
The first thing that comes into your mind. Are you ready?
All right. Of course.
Here we go.
But wait, before you go, like, I'm a very spontaneous, no buffer kind of person, so you...
Perfect. That's fine. We love that.
Okay. So that's all right. Like, that's all right. Man.
Any words, anything you want to answer it any way, shape, or form, you go.
Okay, good. Yeah.
If you could travel anywhere in the world or explore it, where would you go?
Australia, 100%.
Man, yes, welcome anytime.
100% need to come here.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
If you could travel to Mars knowing you could not come home, would you go there?
No.
Can you dance?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's see it.
No, okay, no, I can't.
What is 12 times 12?
124?
Ooh, you're close.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
you stupid shit.
What sport or activity have you never done but you wish you could do or you would try?
Olympic weightlifting.
Fuck yeah. That'd be cool. Fuck yeah. Now, Runar, you were given an elephant for 24 hours. What are you going to do with it before you return it?
I'm going to have a photo shoot with him.
Yep.
I'm going to have a deep one-on-one talk with him to see if he understands.
Yep.
I wouldn't ride him because I respect him.
Yep.
I think we would just chill, man. I would take him somewhere fucking nice and we would chill.
Yes. Yes. Now, describe your life in one word.
Hectic.
Yeah. Favorite sporting memory for yourself?
World champion 2017 in Las Vegas.
Fuck yeah. Now, Runar, how long is a piece of string?
As long as you want.
Now, have you got your phone there?
Yeah.
What is the last piece of music you listened to?
Let's see.
I hope it's Kevy's band, eh?
That would be sick.
Tame Impala.
Oh,
sick. Very good.
Mate, thank you so much for your time today. Well,
yeah, no worries, man.
Day over there.
Still today, yeah.
Yes, yeah. For time.
Yeah, it was all right, man. Because usually my twins are pretty annoyed during these times, so my wife is taking care of them. So thank you for having me.
Hey, you're welcome back anytime on the show. Good luck for your strongman comp coming up. We'll keep
thanks, man.
about this the journey. And where do people find you, man?
Probably best Instagram. You know how it is, man. It's Instagram, and that's Runar Hrody. It's RUNARHRODY. I.
Easy, man. I'll chuck it up in the show notes for sure as well.
Sick, man. Thank you, guys.
A bit easily. And if anyone wants to get coached, you do a bit of online coaching or anything like that?
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. I do online coaching. Of course, that's at a minimum right now because people don't really have gyms.
Oh yeah.
But when that opens up again, for sure, you can hit me up on. And I have a website as well. It's
I'll hit you up and I'll chuck it all up in the show notes for everyone.
Dude,
all
mate,
right, thank you guys.
Incredible to finally meet you, bro.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so. I'm honored to actually that you guys wanted me on this show all the way from Australia, man.
Definitely lived a life, and man, as soon as you come out here, we're having a lift.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's a max lift, so we're going all in.
Okay, I'm ready, man. You pick the lift. I don't care what it is. It doesn't even have to be powerlifting. Just whatever, man. Max it out.
Love it. Too easy, brother. You stay safe, and we'll chat soon.
You too, guys.
Thanks, brother.
All right, guys.
See you, brother.